Yeah. That's the bus. It is the bus. Turn it up, everybody.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
What is, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge.
Let's
Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use that code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer. Find out why. Whatever the moment. Never ordinary. At Bet365. We're also in the Toyota Winners Lounge, fellas.
How sweet it is.
Very sweet it is. Driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR Nuggets. A vibey win. A very vibey blowout win over the lowly Suns. Our nemesis. 117-90. And if you have an agenda for the Denver Nuggets, chances are tonight you got to celebrate a successful agenda.
Merry agendas, everyone. Look at this golden, delicious package. Delivered to the fellas.
Doesn't matter what your agenda is. You are eating tonight. We're going to have a party tonight on the eve of Christmas Eve. I got D-Line in the house.
That's right, guys. Old me, way back when, had lost faith, was looking for answers.
I remember that guy.
Wanted to shake things up with a trade.
Yeah. Trade? We got everything we need.
What are we doing, dude? We got it all right
We
here.
got too many players, man.
Like maybe just trade for to form a second team. I don't even know what to do. Let's go. We're the back.
Are you saying all the Nuggets are good?
All the Nuggets got playing time.
All the Nuggets are good tonight. Superstar Dev's in the house.
Damn it, that felt good. You know what I'm looking forward to?
What's that?
Christmas.
That's right.
Looking forward to Christmas.
After this Winners Lounge, we get to kind of shut our phones, shut our computers.
No, we get to play the same team on Christmas.
There we go.
That's what watch them. How are we doing our bets tonight?
We did all right.
Oh, I thought you were bragging earlier. I was setting you up for noob.
No, I don't want to brag on these guys here.
Okay.
But I had a good night.
I had a good night.
Oh, okay.
Nuggets get the win. There's a lot to break down. It was honestly a great game. I'm telling you, there's so many good things to get through. Not really any bad things. A lot of good things we're going to get to. But first, fast breakdown here. Tell me if this tells the story. 2 quick fouls on Jusuf Nurkic.
Merry agendas to me.
In the pregame, D-Line literally said, how long until Nurkic fouls out tonight? We had a good laugh of it because we knew. We were like, I don't know, early fourth or whatever. 2 fouls in, 30 seconds. But the first quarter wasn't about that. It was about Michael Porter Jr. having himself a nice little Porter quarter. He was phenomenal in that first half. He was phenomenal in the third quarter as well. And then we get these minutes. You know, when Murray's out, you get these weird minutes. Jokic, Pickett, Hunter, Strother, P-Watt. That's Yoke and all the... That's the meme. What's the...
With the Splinter.
Splinter and the Ninja Turtles. That's exactly what that is. Yoke taking them on.
I love that we can only communicate through memes.
Yeah, it really is. That's how we speak in 2024. We're going back to hieroglyphics. It's just images. It's memes. And then the play of the quarter, though. Jalen Pickett, mismatch inside, mouse in the house. Mason Plumlee going to go dunk it. Pickett denies him, gets all the way up, and blocks Mason
Bring it up, Kale. Merry agendas, everyone.
We're only in the first quarter. 27-26 Nuggets. Second quarter, just an elite stint from Pickett in the bench. He was delivering. Jokic rolled an angle at one point. I was a little worried. He got up, shook it off, didn't seem bad. Starters, though, there was only one bad stretch in this whole game, and it came about halfway through the second quarter where the starters blew a 10-point lead. Very rare. But Nurkic picked up his third and fourth foul immediately.
In 9 minutes.
Yeah, and 55-51 Nuggets at the half. Third quarter, Jokic went aggressive. Nurk got 4 fouls. All right, go bully ball him. And Russell Westbrook, who had a pretty bad first half, I thought. Second half, not at all the case. He was phenomenal, making plays, including three-pointers. And then you get back-to-back Aaron Gordon threes. Nuggets are up 21. It's a blowout. No notes from the fourth quarter. I could do some more Jalen Pickett notes because he had some good garbage time, but I'm not going to do it. The Nuggets killed them in that third quarter. They killed them in that first quarter. It was a party. All right, let's get to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. Dev, get us started.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is we just got to calm down a little bit because it's about how you respond. not even 48 hours ago, there was a lot of, not even 24 hours ago, there was a lot of people that wanted to see Michael Porter Jr. gone. They did not want him here. They wanted him elsewhere.
What do you keep looking at me for?
No, I'm not just looking at you. I'm just talking. What does he do in this game? He bounces back. He has himself a hell of a game and shows why you want to have him out there. He scores 24 points. He is active in both halves of a game, and we have not seen that in quite some time. He's grabbing boards. He's setting the table. He has 4 assists in this game, and he was just benched in their last game. He didn't come out. He didn't pout. He didn't whine. He's always been a guy that just gets straight to it, does what's asked of him. Even if he has a bad game, he's going to respond, and the noise is just never too much for him. So that was a hell of a game for Michael Porter Jr.
I don't think very many players in the NBA, maybe in NBA history, can take the level of physical and even emotional abuse that Michael Porter has gone through in his NBA career. High profile, of course, 3 back surgeries. That alone eliminates 90% of the population would be able to come back from that. But he is a guy that gets yanked around. For a guy on a max contract, starter, can score, fill it up. It's rare to get benched as much as he does. For him to bounce back and go 10 of 12, he only missed 2 shots. I remember very distinctly when he went 10 of 12. I think it was against Sacramento or Indiana. One of them, he had a perfect game. The other one was 10 of 12. And I remember being like, 10 of 12 is crazy for a guy that takes jump shots. I think it's just who he is when he touches the ball. Tonight he touched the ball a lot. 24 points on 12 shots is incredible. What's your big takeaway?
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is, what is my big takeaway from this game? This game was chock full of vibes.
Yeah,
this was truly a gift to all of Nuggets Nation. If you have an agenda of any kind, any size, any variety, it was rewarded this night. Every player looked like they were at the top of their capability. Jokic was fouling out Nurkic. He didn't foul out because he didn't play enough. Russell Westbrook was making it happen. Obviously, Michael Porter Jr. was making it happen. Julian Strawther was knocking down shots. Obviously, Jalen Pickett comes in and shows that he can be a competent player. The menace from Monroe. I mean, like, take your pick. Which agenda is yours? Like, tonight was, it's the 12 days of agendas.
You know what it was?
What was it?
An agenda mukbang tonight.
Holy smokes.
We were down there
Dude,
we were so
just
stuffed.
eating.
Yeah, just agenda after agenda, man. It really was. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. Confidence is one of the most important words in NBA basketball and professional basketball. And I know people will say these are NBA players. They're all confident. It's really not the case, man. Confidence can wax and wane even with veteran players. Michael Porter, feeling the pressure last game, this or that. Didn't look like he had any pressure on him tonight. He was aggressive. He took one shot that I was like, that's a horrible shot. Just rinsed it. He was playing with such confidence and joy tonight. And it's such a big and powerful thing. And we talked about coming into tonight how everybody sucks. That was one of our lines. But I think you see that there's levels to this. Because the Suns, they're down bad.
Bro.
They're down really bad. And you saw tonight, man, when the wheels started to come off, like, that is a team that is really searching. And, I'm not counting them out. I'm not counting anybody out. They're 14 and 13.
I'll count them out.
You'll count them out. But I'm telling you, that's a team that looks miserable. They looked as miserable as the Nuggets looked in their loss to Portland. But they didn't really have a great excuse for it. They fall tonight. No Booker, no Murray. That's an even. That's a wash. Grayson Allen, whatever. But you know what? They just they look like a team out of sorts, and Denver got right tonight.
Yeah,
they got more than right. Dude, they got over. That was such a dominant performance. It's been a very long time since we've seen the Nuggets put it on a team like that.
It was Atlanta. I'm telling you. I think, they got the Clippers. They got the Clippers, too. So maybe it was the Clippers.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the Atlanta game, though, was the only one that kind of looked and felt like this.
Right, and then the NBA rewarded them with a week off. And then they came back and sputtered out of the gate again, just not really showing up against much lesser teams. This is a much lesser team, but I just think that there's enough juice between these teams that I don't think the Nuggets are capable of taking a game against the Suns off with Yusuf Nurkic, Kevin Durant. Like, these guys, there's villains. True. There's like actual villains that in the Nuggets world that I think that and Mason, like, the other thing is that, like, it is the bizarro Nugget. I love how every time we play them, I'm like, oh, right. There's like 18 ex-Nuggets on this team. It's insane.
Right.
Yeah, I just felt like there was some like built-in excuses both ways. Like, we were talking earlier, and the comment came out of it's just the Suns. But I don't care about that. Like they're missing Devin Booker. The Nuggets are missing their starting point guard. The Nuggets just benched their starting small forward just a night ago. They're on the second night of a back-to-back. Like that was a response. That was them trying to get themselves right.
The Nuggets played last night.
There was some vibes, really. There was vibes to that game that you wanted to see. You wanted there to be life. They had their best game on the second night of a back-to-back, and that's who they've been all year long. Like they've actually been better in that spot. And that's where you have to get to, like, playing with that type of energy and that type of intensity of the mindset of, like, even if there's an excuse built in, we're going to outplay that. So I really did like that win. I'm glad that we had the music playing before that, because that was about trying to get right and trying to look like your regular selves, and that looked like that for them.
How about this for a stat, fellas? On 3 days rest, the Nuggets are 1-3. On second night of back-to-backs, 5-0.
5-0.
After the game, last game, when he was doing the courtside interview, Nikola Jokic said, something about, they were getting all this rest, but they have a back-to-back. And he goes, to be honest, I think we like that better. I think we like when there's no time off and we just have to play. And he's right, man. It's crazy that they are 1-3 on 3 days rest, 2-3 on 2 days rest, and 5-0 on 0 days rest. They get another back-to-back win. And by the way, a lot of those wins, blowout wins.
What? I love trying to analyze the NBA. Nothing makes you look dumber than making a definitive statement about something in the NBA, and then you'll watch a game and you're like, I don't know. I don't know.
So they beat the Jazz. Second night of a back-to-back, 129-103. They beat the Lakers. Second night of a back-to-back. You guys remember that one? 127-102.
So they blow people out on the second night of a back-to-back.
They beat the Atlanta Hawks on the second night of a back-to-back, 141-111. The only close second night of a back-to-back game was the one against the Brooklyn Nets. That was early in the year when they were kind of reeling anyway. Hadn't figured it out. So now 4 out of 5. They're 5-0 in back-to-backs, 4 of those being of the blowout variety.
That's special. Like, really, that's the team feeling like they have a chip on their shoulder and they have to respond.
They got a chip in their
future. You want
future.
that to be them every single night. Really, they have to try to get that mindset on an every single night basis, and that's when you become like the contender. That's when you become the team that can actually go after a championship and play well. So. Really, that's something to build off of. It used to be like them playing at home and having that advantage. How do you have an advantage on the second night of a back-to-back? That's something. That's the want. That's the wanting to do something.
They held them to 9 fast break points. They were great in transition tonight. I thought they played with good tempo tonight. Got the ball up the court pretty quickly, and then points in the paint just dominate. I mean, that's a team that you're going to have to dominate points in the paint, and they did. They did everything that they were supposed to do in this game. And the young guys played with confidence. Even like you mentioned, I mean, obviously Pickett, but Strother played with confidence tonight. Hunter Tyson played with confidence tonight. This was just one of those games where you're like, you know what? There was a different energy about this team, man. And it was really exciting to watch.
Adam, I have breaking news for Agenda Miss.
Okay.
Jalen Pickett won the Defensive Player of the Game.
Mary Agenda Miss.
You know what? Let's take our first break. It's a little early to take our first
Adam's
break.
in his refractory
Because
period.
we need an entire segment on agendas here, and we're going to start with Jalen Pickett on the other side.
Live Well, accessible to all. Live Well Cannabis Store strives to make cannabis accessible to all because they believe everyone deserves to live well. They have 25 convenient Colorado dispensary locations with a premium selection and expert service to await you. Their knowledgeable, supportive staff are here to help you on your journey. Visit Live Well Dispensary to learn more about their wide selection of cannabis flower, edible, concentrates, and more. Things that you can be found around my apartment. Live Well proudly offers a price match guarantee, ensuring you will get the best value by matching local competitors' prices on eligible products. Visit livewell.com to reserve your products online for a quick in-store pickup or simply stop by. They cannot wait to answer all of your questions about cannabis. And if you place your order online, you can still redeem the code DNVR25 at pickup to receive the discount. DNVR25 in store will get you 25% off one regular priced item. Restrictions apply.
All right, you guys know how it is. The daily battle where you're trying to figure out what to eat, and your brain just automatically goes to all the same places, right? I got a new place for you might not have tried. It's, of course, Colorado's own Bird Call. Add it to your list. If you're on the hunt for best fried chicken sandwiches, tenders, and salads in Denver, look no further than my buddies over there at Bird Call. Bird Call is all about, this is such a Colorado company, all natural chicken goodness with a fully customizable menu. We're talking chef-crafted salads.
Holy
I actually
smokes.
haven't had one of their salads yet.
I mean, I can't bring myself to do it.
I know, when you get that chicken, it's so
you
good.
walk inside, you don't get to eat 2 meals.
I know. Well, I might. Award-winning tenders and nuggets, incredible tots and fries with that nice Cajun seasoning. It's so good. And then how could we go without talking about the ramekins of sauce they give you and everything.
Smokes.
And now the sauce is unbelievable. And now they just dropped something new, the Bird in a Box. And people are going crazy for it. Here's how it works. You can build your own Bird in a Box with your choice of 2 crispy sliders or 1 slider and 2 tendies, plus tots and fries, pickle, and one of their signature sauces. Or if you like, you can upgrade to Nashville hot spicy tenders if you like it a little spicy. And I know what you're wondering. How much is that? $1,000? No.
Hold on.
$9.95.
What?
$9.95. You get your entire meal. Get $10. You go over there. You get your entire meal. So Bird Call is hatched in Denver, Colorado, and now has 8 restaurants across the Front Range with more opening soon. Get over to Bird Call and get your hands on a Bird in a Box. This week, only DNVR fans can score 25% off any $15 order at Bird Call with promo code DNVR. So get down to Bird Call or order online at eatbirdcall.com and grab this offer now through the end of December. You only have 1 more week to get that deal.
Also, Christmas in 2 days. Just throw a ball in that box. Throw it into the tree, man. Who doesn't want tendies and sliders on Christmas morning?
You guys know what I've been really, now that we're back from break, you know what I've really gotten into? I think this is a middle-aged man thing. I don't know if you're here yet. I don't know if you're here
Jason's
yet.
Deli?
No. It's not food related. Do you ever just you get curious about a random subject and you start pulling on a thread and you start
going
studying?
to the hall, yeah.
You know what mine's been? Water basins. Really into different rivers and tributaries of Colorado. I got them all figured out.
You have them figured out?
I got them figured out. I'm trying to, because you learn about a state really well when you learn about all the different river basins.
I think that might be the thing I'm least interested in the world. Is just the
I'm
way
going to
that
get you
water,
interested by the end of this.
the way
I'm
that
telling
water
you.
travels from the mountains to the sea.
Very fascinating, all the
I
systems
get it.
and networks.
It's
You
not
do
a
get it.
system.
You
It's
get
just,
it.
though you could whatever.
It's a system. Speaking of systems, man, we got to talk about my guy Jalen Pickett tonight.
Bring it, Marion Jedmis, everyone.
This guy really was good. I mean, of all the things that had happened with Pickett, over the last year, and the things people said about him, the one thing that always drove me the most crazy, because I took the L on it, and I still likeliest outcome is that he's not going to make a continued impact. But the thing that always drove me nuts was people that would say he has a low IQ. The guy's a super smart player. Super smart player. He's not very quick, but he's a super smart player. And where his play, the smartness, the basketball IQ really shines to me is on the defensive end. The guy understands rotations. And in this game, not only was he making incredible defensive rotations and quick, breaking on the ball quick, he was grabbing guys and pushing them in the area and talking nonstop. You're over here, get over the screen, come over. He really, his passing was great tonight. He made some tough shots. But to me, it's just his awareness of the game. For a guy that hasn't been playing, that's hard to pick up at the NBA level, but he was super sharp defensively tonight.
I have to join the picking line tonight.
Let's do it.
I have to join the picking line. He was incredible. He truly was. And really, it is the IQ that stands out for him because it's not like those high energy plays. He's not fast. He's not jumping and being athletic. He's not, doing it in those different athletic ways. It's really knowing where to be, knowing where his teammates should be. I know he knows the entire playbook. You never see him going to the wrong spot. You never see them having to tell him where to go. He understands what's happening. It just was really, it was confidence. He didn't know what it was. And he is starting to pick up the pace a bit more. Eric was talking about it. It's not as much of the booty ball.
This take drives Adam insane.
But it's a mixture of both. That's why it's not just straight booty ball. But it's a blend of okay, that's going to be my escape valve, or that's my defense mechanism, so they're not going to steal it. But now I'm going to play within myself. He's knocking down shots. He's running the floor, and he's always been a guy that, runs the floor and takes care of the ball. But now you're starting to see it with other athletic guys where he looks like an NBA player. That stint in the G League, it really did him some justice. But it's really he's being believed in now. Teammates are believing in him and put him in successful spots. He's now getting some time and some run, which they were not going to him early on. It was Trey Alexander. But he's also proven himself now. So it's like, okay, we have a guy here. I can see what this looks like. And also, this is one more piece on that Project Dynasty. One more piece.
What did you see from him tonight?
I think I saw what I was talking about in the pregame. Like, he has a great shot. He really does. Like, he
took nothing but tough one. Like, he had all the grenades tonight.
Yeah, but he has a good shot, and he doesn't get elevation. But there's something about, like, there's a confidence in his shot. And tonight he also then was running he was running the offense, but he wasn't doing it in a way that was like in times past when he was given just like the smallest amount of run, which was very small, so hard to judge anything off of it. Like, it didn't flow that well. It felt like in summer league. I mean, a lot of this you completely discount because none of it is. There's no replicate. There's no replicating an NBA game. But he just he didn't overcomplicate things. He just got the ball, got it out of his hand, got it to Jokic, went in, found a soft spot in the defense, shot short little mid ranges. He wasn't pressing. And he was allowing the game not only to come to him, but also to control it at the same time. And that's exactly what you want out of, obviously, the guy that has the ball in his hands and, initiates the offense. He wasn't doing a lot to initiate the offense. I mean, oftentimes he would just get up and immediately get the ball out of his hands, but he was getting things moving. And above all else, yes, he can play. He can definitely play. I told you weeks ago, I have not been out on Jalen.
You actually were the first one back, in.
I can see his skill. I can definitely see his skill. To me, it was just always a folly in how he was playing. And again, Adam hates this take, but to me, that's what I was seeing was bro, you cannot back down these players.
But if you watch the breakdown of him, he was what I loved him. He's great in pick and roll.
Yep.
Great in transition. So to me, it was always the booty ball part of this was his ability. Game kind of breaks down, then he can go to his. That's how he isolates. But it's not. It's just a small part of his game. He does everything. He ran the pick and roll phenomenally well in college. He ran transition extremely well in college, and he defends incredibly well. And those are the things I really liked about him. But let me tell you, this is my personal take now, and it's an informed opinion. Where I jumped off with Pickett was before his rookie season even began. And it was because, you obviously get some intel on the team. And I just knew that he was out, that Michael Malone was out on him. That Michael Malone did not like him and this or that. And people have to understand, well publicized, there's a little schism here between the two visions for what direction the team can go. The coaching staff one, front office the other. And I knew that he was going to be at the center of this Cold War. The center of it. And for me, I think this is going to be tough. And when you watch Zeke and him, both of those guys' confidence went from here to way down here, almost like that, just almost immediately. And so my belief of that confidence is one of the most important components of this, and to see opportunity dwindle, but also confidence get shot. This is the thing. This is the area that really made me concerned, and I didn't think he can overcome. And I still don't know because
Philly Urbanite calls us out perfectly. Adam is swimming in a Pickett estuary tonight.
I totally am. Man, it's rafting down this river actually. But the confidence is such a big part of it, and I knew. You can tell when a coach doesn't believe you. Anybody that's played basketball at any kind of high level and has had coaches that believe in you and coaches that you don't. It's so hard to play when you can feel that you're not being believed in. And he didn't get a lot of opportunities. I talk about, you just look at the data. He didn't play with Jokic last year. He didn't get any minutes.
Yeah.
And we know players that they play well there. So there were all these things that you look at, but circumstances have forced Malone's hand a little bit. Pickett, I think, has maybe even overcome a little bit of this. And you watch him tonight, and the thing that stands out more than anything else, he just looks like he's done worrying. He plays free, he plays confident, he plays aggressive, and it really is night and day from what we've seen from him before.
I think that's where that argument and where you guys are on opposite sides, but it's still the same, is Eric was saying he was going to the booty ball a bit too much as a defense. Now he's doing it as this is my strength. And I think that's where it was. He was overcompensating for everything because he was like scared to make a mistake because there is that, Cold War. There is that not being trusted. There is that if I make a mistake, it's going to be, publicized. It's going to be like I'm going straight to the bench and I might not touch the floor again. And even now, like, I don't think his hand is forced. I really do think that he has earned those type of minutes because he's starting to become himself. He's starting to look like a floor general that's a high IQ because he believes that he's a floor general that's high IQ. He didn't have that. And also, you're talking about the Jokic type of play. This is a Jokic type of player. They're both high IQ players, great in pick and roll. And then also he provides spacing in ways that like Westbrook doesn't because he can shoot the three ball. But also he can make those exact same type of passes, and he also is a change of pace. So it's a little mixture of Russell Westbrook and Jamal because it is fast-paced, slow-paced, but now he has a mixture of both. So it's great that he's starting to get those type of minutes because now you're starting to see those passes. The pass he made today where Jokic changed hands and that was like right on the money off of a pick and roll, and that's going to be hard for you to stop if he could hit the mid range, he could shoot the three ball, if he could get to the rim. So I think that it really is like a testament of Jalen Pickett sticking with it and to himself, but also understanding this was not working. Michael Malone did not like this. I have to evolve. I have to change in some type of ways, and now he has that belief, and now he might earn like a lot more minutes. So this is great for him, truly.
And I think that, if he ends up playing more minutes, who knows? I mean, hopefully Murray's back on Christmas because the Nuggets will be better and they need to get Jamal Murray integrated into some of this, how they're playing. But so I don't know if he'll get a ton of opportunities, but I do think that his game can, like, he's doing 1/10 of his game right now. He's really, it's like the basics, just the basics. And your hope is that you gain a little foundation and then you can expand just a little bit. But it was really nice to see him play well. By the way, we're not even talking starters yet. We'll get to them later just because we got to talk about this stuff.
It's a gen miss,
we never get to talk about the Monroe Menace tonight. 16 minutes. He gets 6 points, 4 rebounds.
This is my official agenda, by the way.
And the guy had some hustle plays, man. He had some hustle plays. Cook on the Monroe Menace.
It's your turn there. It's your turn.
Listen, I've been... I'm sure it's not recorded forever on the internet, but when the Monroe Menace, when Hunter Tyson has shown like real flashes. It's the same thing. It's all confidence. It's all ability. It's just like all of these guys can shoot. All of these guys can play. All of these guys are obviously the best player you've ever seen in your entire life if they happen to play in a gym that you were in. But Hunter Tyson, the exact same thing, just getting a little bit of confidence. He's wide open in the corner, and Jokic actually like passes it to him. Just like calmly steps up, knocks it down. He's getting in passing lanes. Confidence is a hell of a drug, right? Like it just all of these guys are just wanting for the opportunity to prove themselves, and it comes early. Generally speaking, Jalen Pickett, Hunter Tyson, guys like this at the end of the bench, they're coming in situations that are not good. Like, if you're at the end of the bench, they're not putting you in a situation where it's like, oh man, like things are cooking. We really want you to keep it going. It's more like, all right, we got to try something else. Like, all right, you get
it's totally true. We just hemorrhaged 10 points. Go out there and don't screw it up worse.
Yeah, or like whatever. Like the wheels are falling off. Like I can't anymore with Mike. Like get in there. And tonight they came in. Obviously, the Nuggets are mowing down the Suns, so they're putting in a position where there's not a lot of, it's not a lot of pressure, relatively speaking. And they look like great basketball players. Like the Nuggets have a bunch of guys, and it just depends on the night and it depends on the situation. But like, that's why you have agendas, man. For nights like this, back to backs where they blow the Suns out.
It really is, man. And I think Malone in particular. If you go through the things Malone doesn't like, I think number one, he doesn't like
this show.
I don't think he likes wussies.
No.
I think like of all the traits he could have, he does not like somebody.
This is where Michael Malone and I are on the exact same level.
But I also think part of Malone's MO, if I try to give credit to him, is I think he like tests some guys.
Definitely.
Like I'm going to treat you a little unfair. And I think it's one of the reasons he really likes Julian, because Julian that guy has no hesitation on his shot. He is supremely confident in his offensive abilities, even when he's 0 for 12. And I think, Malone kind of likes that. So the Monroe Menace, you could see him get down on himself, hit himself, he misses a three or this or that. And it's almost like, hey, man, this is the NBA. You're going to take thousands of shots. Just get over it quickly, man, and keep playing. And Pickett maybe over a little hump here. Monroe Menace maybe over a little hump.
I do love this. We've not talked about a single starter yet. It's so great.
So let's take our second break. I mean, we talk about those guys all the
it's
time.
beautiful.
So we have
Listen,
to talk about.
I'm completely with it. That's what kind of night it is. That is what Agendamus is all about.
Exactly. But we do need to talk about Michael Porter and Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook, who now moves to, I believe, 5-1 as a starter with the Denver Nuggets. We'll talk about that in segment 3.
What am I reading? Bet365. Okay, let me just pull that. I'm doing my best vote tonight, where I'm clueless. I don't know what's happening. Okay, Bet365. Never ordinary. Bet365 is now an official partner of the Denver Nuggets and Colorado Avalanche. Every day we power up the odds on hundreds of bets to give you the chance to win more with over 10,000 boosts every month. We boost specific markets, your winnings, even parlays. Keep an eye out for our custom DNVR bets and
Man,
boosts.
we'll probably have one for Christmas, I would guess. Maybe.
Maybe.
We should have a custom DNVR bet.
Anyway, guys, you know all about Bet365. If you use, Dev in every pregame show gives you his insights as to what's going to hit, what's not going to hit. It's usually right. It wasn't always right. I give bad bets pretty much regularly, but it's just makes the game more fun to watch and to play along. If you use code DNVR365 at sign up, you will get a match. Let me see. What do you get if you sign up?
Well, you get Altitude Plus for 2 months.
No. New customers get $150 in bonus bets if you bet $5 when you use the sign up code DNVR 365. Deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with Bet365. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Yep, that's it.
Also, I'll tell you guys about Empire Today. With Empire Today, you get shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and a price match guarantee. The price match is so clutch, man. You're going to get a better deal, they'll match it.
Match it.
You know what I mean?
No problem.
It's the best place to get new flooring. So, of course, there's copycats. There's people that are going to go out there and try to get... we have a cheap version of that one, man. It looks the same, but it's way cheap. Nope, they carry all of the top of the line.
Flooring.
Now that was a good one. But no, you could get they got everything there, man. And they also, it's like really helpful when you go in there and you get a professional that can walk you through whatever it is, because you're going in for flooring. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. A lot of people have bad ideas when it comes to decorating their house.
Yes, they do.
Honestly, they're like, I have a vision for this. It's like, well, run it by some professionals, let them walk them through. But they are professionals. They've been helping people out. You guys have been hearing their jingle in Colorado for forever. They've been helping people out, and they have that virtual floor designer. So you have a hunch of what something's looking at. Now let them show you. They'll literally show you what your floor is going to look like. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive a $350 off discount. Dollar-wise, that might be our biggest discount.
It's quite a discount.
$350 off discount when they use the promo code DNVR. Some restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/DNVR for details. There is a method to my madness, fellas, about wanting to talk about. It's not just that I want to talk about the guys we never get to talk about, so It's kind of fun to do it. There is also a layer to this, and that is that the Nuggets have been in a AJ malaise.
They have been, dude.
They've been in an AJ malaise, and I think their last game was the Atlanta game. That was also a game that did not feature one Jamal Murray.
Oh boy.
This one did not as well. And guess what you got? Second half, crazy Westbrook game. I think he was a little too aggressive early on, to be honest with you. Michael Porter quarters, and even Nikola Jokic. Only 2 rebounds today, a little bit strange, but we saw a much more aggressive and assertive Jokic than we've seen the last couple games. I don't want to make this about Jamal. I more want to make it about those guys and what it is that when everyone moves up one step, Michael Porter just had a little twinkle in his toe today out there.
I think it's like the opportunity. Like they see a spot of, hey, I can take those shots, or it's on me to do a bit more. And really you wish that there was something that they could like build on and have even when he's there. But when Jamal is gone, or if they have to replace a starter, it's the next man up mentality. And that's when the Nuggets stride. Like they want that spot of I can, be a little bit more. Also think that it takes a little bit of the pressure off of them to know like, okay, I have to shoot in the second half. That's been Michael Porter Jr.'s like memo all year long. And also I feel like at times while they're trying to get Jamal into out of his funk and into a rhythm, it takes away everybody else's rhythm. So you can't have, things going on at the same time. It's like what is it, silent disco? Is that what it's called? Where everybody's listening to different
your
music.
own song,
like everybody's listening to
different.
Exactly. But like why not all listen to the same DJ? When he's out there, all listen to the same DJ and they love the song. And that's just what it feels like with them. So this is really, I truly don't think that it's all about Jamal thing, but it's easy to notice that they play a certain way when he's not there, and it's really vibey.
Yeah, I mean, this is like another aspect of agenda. Like if you have an anti-Jamal agenda, tonight also fed you. Everyone ate tonight. I don't know. I mean, listen, we got to see. I don't know what to make of it, but the Nuggets came out in that second half and they just looked like they just turned on they went into another gear. They drank the Nas. Like they just went and they were running a lot. And a lot of that obviously comes from Russell Westbrook, but it wasn't exclusively him. Everybody was running. And it is in the first quarter, Michael Porter Jr., whether or not Jamal Murray has anything to do with the way he plays or not, sometimes it feels like it does. Other times it feels like it's just on Mike. I think a lot of it is just that he was probably pretty embarrassed about the way that the game went for him last time.
Yeah, probably.
And he's obviously a much better player than that. And he just wanted to come out and remind everybody like who he is and who he can be. It's just, I mean, it's
12 shots is not that many shots, though. It's not like he got 25 shots tonight. He took 12. He takes 12 every night.
Yeah.
He just doesn't always make 10 of them.
Yeah, but there was a confidence about the way that he started. Like he just looked engaged and he looked strong and he looked like he was crashing the board. He got a couple of he stole a rebound away from Kevin Durant and then put it right back up over him, and it just looked like either a change in him or just a change in the Nuggets in general. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but I think it's the style. It's the style of play. If you have a Russell Westbrook out there, if you have a Jalen Pickett out there, what are their two things that they do? They're going to pass the ball. They're going to try to find you. Even if you don't get the ball, you're going to run hard because there's a chance that you're going to get it. And I'm not saying that like Murray's just like a ball hog out there, but there are times that he does hero ball, or he's also able to finish in ways that those other two guys can't. So he can go and do it himself. So you're not as engaged. And you have a Michael Porter Jr. that really at times like loses engagement. He's like, okay, I'm out of this, sequence. I'm going to try to get it in different ways. You have an Aaron Gordon that's like, he's just a chill guy. So like at times he's not, he's not as involved. You have a Christian Brown who's just excited to be out there alongside the other guys. But when you have those other pieces around you, it's like, okay, this is probably coming to me. So I really think that it's a style of play.
Could be.
And then also with Jokic, he also is starting to dish and stuff. And then he also is aggressive because he's like, Jamal is not there, so I'm going to score a little bit more.
See, I feel like he just wanted to take it to
even with Jokic, though, they know that there's a chance that they're getting it back. So I really think that it's a switch mentally of like, hey, there's another guy out here that's probably going to give me the ball.
I think there's something to just the passers, though. Extra passers on the court. And we know that Murray, part of what makes him great is he is an aggressive scorer. And so it is a little bit in one hand, out the other. So you're getting a little bit more passing. But I will say, 35 assists tonight. Ball was popping. Guys were, and it was everybody. And if you look at the shot profile tonight, 12 shots for MPJ, 17 for Jokic, 12 for Russell Westbrook, 11 for Jalen Pickett. He was next. That's not a lot of shots. We've seen Jokic take 25, 28, Murray take 20, 22. We don't see a lot where Jokic at 17 is the most and everybody else is 12 or 10 or under. So the ball reached everybody. Everybody got to kind of be involved in it, and I think that's a big part of this.
This also, it truly might be the first time all season long, for the entire season, that they shot more three-point attempts than the other team.
Oh, my God.
For the whole year.
Wow. 33 three-point attempts for the Phoenix.
They just don't
broken.
do that.
They're
But also, that's
down.
where you go to show, like, the ball is popping in different ways, but also it's the brand. It's the style of play where it's not so ISO-centric, where it's not so ISO-heavy and everybody's moving. Everybody feels as if they could take a shot and they're not going to be punished for it. So, like, I really do think that there's something to, like, okay, let's just move it around a little bit more because that guy's not here.
Yeah. And then Russell Westbrook tonight, I actually thought his first half was really rough. I did not like it. He took a couple crazy shots. There was one play where Jokic saw him on a skip pass, decided not to pass it. Nothing else was up. So then he throws it to him, hoping to get like another ball screen, and Russ takes a three and shoots an air ball. I just thought everything about his speed, tempo, calculations was off. But in that second half, the good Russ stints this year, like if you just took the top 10 stints of his year, they've not just been good, they've been awesome. It's kind of, you get big swings from Russ. His bad is really bad, but his good is you're winning in a blowout. And they got that tonight in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I just, like, I was so impressed with the energy that the Denver Nuggets had in that third quarter, where they just absolutely started murdering the Phoenix Suns. They, like, the game was sort of back and forth. Nuggets got up 10. Phoenix erases it against the starters somehow. And then in the third quarter, it was like, I blinked and the Nuggets were up 20. And they just were destroying them by effort, just pure effort and energy and connectedness and, you know, teamness, to quote
the teamness was good today,
the
man.
great George Karl. Like everybody was eating, and you know, like it really, there were very few like record scratch moments, you know, which has kind of been a thing that the Nuggets have been going through lately. Like just a lot of like no. Sometimes a yes, sometimes a no, but like I didn't really feel like there were many like, oh, don't shoot that.
Yeah.
You know? It was great. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, there was the chance that you could have gotten John Wall. You could have got Tyreek Evans.
Fired up.
You probably could have got Derrick Rose.
OJ Mayo's
probably
still
could have got them. OJ Mayo
OJ
for
Mayo's
sure.
still out there, man. If anybody calls.
You possibly could have got Isaiah Thomas, but that didn't work out the right way.
He's
so
there. He's available.
Rajon Rondo had probably just retired,
Yeah, I
so
think
he
he
was
just
out of
did,
the
yeah.
mix. So then it was like, hey, what is the next best thing? Who is still playing at this type of level? Russell Westbrook.
Oh man.
They went and inserted a dog, a true dog, one of the best basketball players ever. They put him in this lineup. There was a lot of people that was doubting it, saying that it was the wrong idea, saying that there's no way that it could work. It doesn't matter if he plays bad for the rest of it. He already did exactly what everyone said he was not going to do. And he looks to just continue to be getting more comfortable, looks to be getting better. They throw him into the starting lineup, and the team, it looks different, but they're still winning. They're still successful. They're still very productive. He was horrible in the first half. Turns it on in the second half. The Nuggets weren't that good in the first half. They end up blowing them out in this game, and it was that third quarter surge from Russell Westbrook where he was like, okay, let me calm down. And when I mean calm down, I'm going to go balls to the wall the entire time. I'm going to go crazy.
Somebody puts calm down, I mean go insane.
Put back dunks in that one. He's like diving for loose balls. He's, you know.
Joking with the ref.
Yeah, he's just like, he's there. Like he's a person that you just have to, you gravitate towards him. Everyone gravitates towards him. And it doesn't matter how he's playing. You're like, hey, this guy is giving us everything that he has every single time. So, that's something that's just very contagious, and I love that he's a part of this team. I truly do.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And you know what? I cannot believe it has not come up yet. Chat pointed it out. You know what this game was full of?
Joy.
Juice.
Oh, it was full of juice.
We got the juice, man. We have been I've been crawling through the Sahara Desert, just praying for one drop of juice. Couldn't get it tonight. Yeah. Bathing in juice.
Juice
just
all
juiced
over you,
up,
man.
dude.
It's just covered in juice.
The juice head over here.
I will say, I think you can. If you didn't know anything about basketball, you see two teams, or if you knew everything about basketball, but you didn't know anything about the teams playing, you could probably judge the culture of the teams based on how they cheer for their bench guys. And man, Josh Okogie, guy has no confidence. Nobody seems to like him. Oso Iguodaro, remember he was kind of good in the preseason when they played, and we were kind of like, all right, maybe this guy has something. No confidence. Ryan Dunn, no confidence. Like that's been the Nuggets a lot this year, to be honest with you, man. The bench checks in, and you see everybody on the bench, arms folded, or this should have you. Tonight, man, one of the things I love, Jalen Pickett hits that corner three right in front of the bench. They celebrated like it was the greatest highlight ever, man.
They're excited. Really, it's really about that excitement.
It is. That's
when the Nuggets are the best. That's when they're their best selves. Because it's about the next man. There was the putback dunk that called it like that went to a timeout. I bet you it was insane in the arena. The crowd looked like they were into it, but his teammates were like super excited about that play. They're knocking down 3-pointers and everybody's, talking trash on the bench. They go on a run and everybody's calling for a timeout for the other team. Like, you want more of those type of plays where it's the chemistry, but it's also playing for fun. We did not question tonight if Jokic was having fun.
It's true.
Or if he hated it.
Yeah.
And that was an awkward game for him. But you didn't question that because they won, they went up big, and he still was like, he was still into it. He was still having a good time. So I love that part.
Let's take our last break. On the other side, Vogt is right now in the chat, in our company chat here, saying what an amazing Malone and MPJ presser it was today. He is fired up to join the show, and he'll be doing that on the other side.
Who's seen that coming?
Okay, what is the first ad here? I asked you,
Toyota, baby.
Kill ignored me. I was watching him, and he just wouldn't even do it. Okay, cool. So Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. We all know about Toyota. I mean, had I known that this was the ad coming, I could just come up with my own Toyota ad. I love Toyotas. Trucks have always been a part of Toyota's DNA. For generations, Toyota has built durable legends destined for greatness and perfect for Colorado. Whether you're conquering off-road trails, hauling the weight of the world, there's a Toyota truck that's just right for you, like the all-new 2024 Tacoma and the return of the iconic 2024 Land Cruiser. And I'll bet there's probably some sales around here around the end of the year on some of these. Toyota offers 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive like the Epic 4Runner. Toyota also currently offers more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker to give customers numerous choices to reduce their carbon footprint. There are 16 hybrid vehicles to choose from like the Tundra, iForce Max hybrid truck. Toyota's SUVs take command of the road and the trail so you can afford the roads, or you can explore the road less travel without sacrificing smooth city rides and SUVs like the RAV4 and the Grand Highlander. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores. There's a location near you: AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood, everywhere. And the official vehicle of DNVR.
Tired of your phone bill draining your bank account?
Holy
Wish
smokes.
you could use that money for something more fun and exciting? Well, Verizon feels your pain. For a limited time, new customers can get up to $800 in a prepaid MasterCard to pay off your current smartphone loan when you make the switch. That's $800, Dev. What would you do with $800?
I would
You bet it.
bird call.
That'd get a lot of bird.
I would get
80 bird boxes.
I would get a new flooring with Empire.
It will be
today.
Miller time.
Yeah, throw some gas in my car. I drive all the way up to the Crystal River right outside of Redstone. You can just trade in any phone from their top brands with select unlimited plans. Verizon gives you 5G network to power your entire day, and they got you covered with their award-winning network performance. This deal won't last, so don't get stuck on the bench. Did I mention $800, Eric?
No, I don't think so.
They'll give you
It's the first time hearing of
$800
it.
MasterCard prepaid. It's really cool. Visit your switch to Verizon today and take control of your game plan. Visit your local Verizon stores for details. Do we have Brent Vogt? What is he doing?
He's telling us he's coming out. Dude, he's giving us a head fake.
He's always like, I'm on my way. Then he walks at Dev's pace. Down the hall.
I gotta straighten that.
Adam's taking out everybody. No one's safe on agendas.
I do have one thing while we wait for him, though. We talked about, you bring up the bus meme if you have it handy, Kale, but we talked about this, man. The Nuggets right now are the bus meme. You look out one window and you say, oh my gosh, they've won now. Is it 5 of 6? They've won 5 of 6. Or you could be like D-Line over here, the ever pessimist, and you can be like, yeah, but they're not playing that well.
You know why? It's because look at you looking at the various
birds.
No,
rivers.
The various basins. Over
Dude,
there.
I'm telling
Look
you,
at these
when you
water
can see
basins.
all the different rivers that come
And
together.
I'm not like a geology fan, so I'm just looking at what granite.
I'm telling you, man. And then you learn about different countries and how the
You'll
rivers.
probably get a deer sign here shortly.
Actually, geology, you would want to look at granite. Geography would be But
Thank you.
anyways.
Thank
No,
you.
I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
I
yeah.
said I'm not into geology, and all I'm doing is looking at granite.
That's true. Yeah,
Thanks for
that's true.
correcting me, you idiot.
Kale's
You're an
still-
idiot.
I'm still on
You
Kale's
mute
side.
yourself.
No, but honestly, like here's the truth. In this little run they're on, and that Portland game sadly was a loss. Otherwise, they'd be on a 6-game win streak. But on this run, there's 2 good wins. Really, it's the Atlanta one and now this one. So you sandwich them, and I feel like this one was important because you keep looking for sparks in a season. New chapters begin all the time. You want little sparks, and I feel like tonight was a spark for the Nuggets. They desperately needed it.
They definitely needed it, and it was a blowout. And they don't have many blowouts under their belt this year. I mean, that's a quality win. It's against another team in the West that a lot of people had high hopes and expectations for. They blew them out. Second night of a back-to-back. You get to play them again, so you have that same type of confidence. But maybe you could just keep it rolling, because when you look at you win a couple more, you go to 10. You win 9 out of 10. You forget about the bad times. You forget about the times that they're not rolling or having that type of thing. So I really do think that this was like just one that you throw in there, and then you start to just say, hey, we're starting to play the right way. We're starting to become the team that we want to come. You could convince yourself that you're playing well.
What do you think? Was this a spark?
I mean, I definitely think it's part of. I cannot believe they lost to the Trailblazers. I told you, like, coming out of the 3rd week-long break, that I thought the Nuggets were primed to go on a run. Like, I'm not off of my incredibly generous win total for the Denver Nuggets. Like, I really think that this is the start of something new. Like, I really do think that imbuing all of these various players with confidence is just going to pay dividends down the stretch. Like, I mean, it's going to be terrible if they lose to the Suns in the next game. Murray plays, it's a disaster.
And it's Christmas, and they look bad. And everyone's like,
dude.
"Do the Nuggets suck?"
But I don't know. I believe in I really do believe in the construct of the Denver Nuggets, and I think it's just all about getting that rhythm, getting going, and I think that they're there. I don't know.
I just thought of this, and Vogt's about ready to join, but I just thought of this. Pickett, one of his breakout games comes against Colin Gillespie's team. He's out. He's injured. But
Right.
kind of funny that was a little weird.
Well, I mean, if any player,
And Monte Morris.
if any player has a good game against the Suns,
Heard 2 phenomenal press conferences, or so he says. Let's go to Vogt. Vogt, how was it at the arena? Actually, first give us our note. You had a good note about the vibe in the arena during this game.
Best it's been all year, fellas, at least when I've been here. Easily the best that it's been all season long. And Malone said so after the game as well. Said the best fans in the NBA showed up and that he personally was feeding off the energy from the get-go, and he feels the Nuggets did the same. But let's be honest, guys, it was a two-way street, right? The Nuggets gave Nuggets fans something to cheer about here to open the game, and great defense out of the gate. Just Nuggets basketball, boys. Nuggets basketball. First time I felt that feeling in this building all season long.
I love that, man. And I love hearing it is the like holiday packages and stuff. People are in town. So this is, you should expect it almost that around Christmas, you're probably getting the diehards because they're in town. It's like, I got to catch a Nuggets game. So that's pretty cool.
It is. Let's get into the notes. And Adam, I don't know if your ears are ringing. Pay attention, buddy. Pay attention to this one. We heard from Michael Malone on Jalen Pickett. Ready? Buckle up, Adam.
Yeah.
I want to give Jalen a shout out. He was defensive player of the game. He's a different player than he was last year. His confidence out there, I trust him out there. I'm proud of him for staying with it. I'm happy for him. There was a question about when do you know that a rookie's figured it out? And he says it's different for everyone. But the thing is, Jalen never really got a fair chance last year. And he showed me when I've put him on the floor this year that he's more than capable of running his team, organizing his team, and most importantly, making his teammates better. Effusive praise for Malone about Jalen Pickett, how he's grown, how he's stuck with it, and how he's taken advantage of this very recent opportunity.
Is it possible Michael Malone was visited by 3 ghosts last night?
what the bad boy Pistons?
That he had to go look at the ghost of Malone's past. He didn't like what he saw.
Possible.
It's like somebody killed his confidence.
Yeah.
He never got a chance.
the
We're
ghost
all
of his
looking for the
future
guy.
was like, hey man, just throw Calvin a bone. Just throw him one bone. See how it works out.
That's true.
Um,
Hey, that's great
a
to hear,
lot
though,
of
man.
it-
That's awesome.
Look, a lot. So it was a real moment from Malone, who I think tries to do this for his young guys when he gets an opportunity to, when they come along. And I think he sensed that this was maybe a turning point in confidence for Pickett. Really seemed like he wanted to hit that point hard. Obviously, he thought that this was one of their more complete games of the season overall. Says you cannot be a 2-quarter team in this league. Thought it was one of their best performances defensively of the entire season, and said the reason it was close at half was turnovers, which is another controllable thing that it's night and day for Denver when they protect the ball and they don't. What kind of leads they're able to get out to. So they took care of business in that sense tonight. He says DeAndre Jordan is calling Hunter Tyson Billy Hoyle from White Man Can't Jump, and he dipped into the Malone bag for the first time all year, kind of talking about the vibes, and he has not been able to do this once this season. The question was about Hunter Tyson's breakaway dunk, and that's where that DeAndre quote came from, and that's where he launched into some of his favorite stuff. He says, my favorite thing about this team is the way we care about each other, the way we're a family. We're a family when we lose at the buzzer in Portland, and we're a family when we play some of our best basketball together in Phoenix, and that's what I love about our guys. Also, guys, along with that, no, I don't know if he's been doing this all year. We've kind of changed up who goes to the arena. As the game started, DeAndre Jordan pulled the whole second unit aside, and they had a big huddle with a lot of smiles on their face. And I don't know, man, just felt like a different kind of energy than we've seen from the Nuggets at all, in person or otherwise, all year.
Yeah, I love it, man. A good vibe around Christmas.
And guys, we got an unbelievable presser from Michael Porter Jr., where he spoke at length about
to you vote as well.
Agenda.
Agendas. All of the agendas are eating tonight.
By the way, you knew it was a lock he was going to have a good game when you went to the arena tonight, right?
100%. That's why I went, dude. 100%. But Adam, since it's gift-giving season, I'll throw you an agenda bone before I get started. Here's a quote from Porter on Jalen Pickett.
Hey!
He says, I've actually always thought he was super solid. He hasn't gotten much opportunity. It was good to see him get some shots tonight. I was excited for him.
Hell yeah. I will say, Mike's scouting reports are usually the opposite of accurate. Plumlee way better than Joe.
No lie, he's shocked about every player. Like, hey, that boy can hoop. Who would have thought it?
All compliments lead to Jalen Pickett. It's like a tributary.
There it is. Yeah, leading. There you go.
Porter also spoke about the difference in approach. First and foremost, after a bad game, I asked him about that. What was different tonight? And he says, I've really tried to make that something I do in my career. If I play poorly, it's really important to me to come out and have a much more aggressive and better game the next time out. That's something he's been trying to do. But also specifically, without Jamal, where I think Porter's mostly been kind of avoided talking about how his role changes, it was pretty honest tonight. And he says, without Jamal, I guess it is a difference of role. Probably being more like a second option offensively, trying to be aggressive, taking a little bit of more of her shots, looking for my shot more. When Murray is out there, obviously the two-man game is such a big part of what we're doing. So maybe I'm not quite as aggressive. Or there are certain plays where I slip back door where if Murray is not there, I'm coming to get the ball. I just thought that was actually a really interesting insight and open honesty about how he does kind of change up what he's trying to do, based on who's out there and what his perceived role is. Definitely was planning on letting it fly more tonight. And then the big one, guys, Ryan Blackburn asked him a great question about those trade rumors, how they could be unhealthy for a team and for him personally, right? And I haven't gotten a chance to transcribe all of this, guys. Came right back up here, but I'm going to do my best to paraphrase some really excellent answers from Porter. He says, I don't get frustrated. I don't take it personally. I know it's a part of the business. There are a lot of good players in the NBA. I've been blessed to be here 7 years. The Nuggets took a chance on me. I've been blessed to win a title. You do have those moments. Man, I want to stay here. I don't, you do have those moments. But he says he keeps his head on his shoulders about it. He says, I've overcome so much in my life. I've dealt with so much with my health and my family that a small thing like a trade rumor, it does not stress me out. He actually, guys, went on to say the words, I don't check out, which is something I said on the show last night, wondering if that's how he was playing in that game. And
Hell
he
yeah.
clarified, I don't check out for something small like a trade rumor. So just a poor performance from Porter last night. He insisted his head's in the right spot. Again, he says, I've been through so much that these little things are not stressful for me. Finally asked, has the front office reached out to you about this? More honesty from Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, they have reached out to me. They said it's all noise. They said nothing's going on. They love how I'm playing, and they said they don't want to move me. And then he stopped and he laughed, guys, and said, but I also know they wouldn't tell me if they were going to trade me. Got a big laugh rate from the room. And yeah, ultimately, guys, I just thought really great perspective from Porter here, who did not run from the obvious. He's seen it. He knows his name's out there. But more of the same from him in the sense that he has been really the ultimate teammate and soldier here in Denver since he's got to Denver. This is something he excels in, I think, just kind of keeping his head down, keeping the right attitude about him as some of these uncontrollables get away. I just thought it was a great answer tonight. You know, I put out there on the show, maybe he was checked out. I wasn't sure. I loved his answer. I love that he addressed it. I love that he insisted no. Porter's a Nugget, guys. Whether he's a Nugget going forward or not, you know, at his core, in his heart, that's who he is. And it's part of why I enjoy watching him in this core so much.
Well, great stuff, man. Yeah, the vibes back up just based on Michael Porter's presser. I feel like the game was vibey, but that was super vibey.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Oh, lastly, actually, quick note. Malone pointed out that the Nuggets got 41 threes up tonight, which is a season high. He also said that was a concerted effort. They've been harping on each other to stop passing up open threes. They think they got to take them. They think they took more tonight. So just a lot that went well for Denver process-wise, in addition to the vibes.
Vibes are up, Vogt. Have yourself a great
Merry Agenmas, my
Merry
friend.
Agenmas.
Merry
I was going to say
Agenmas
Merry
to
Christmas,
you.
but more importantly, Merry Agenmas to you. Michael Porter, phenomenal.
Merry Agenmas, my friends. Have a lovely evening. I'll see you on Christmas. Why not?
Oh,
Why
beautiful,
not? Yeah,
beautiful.
let's do it again. All right, let's dive in. Super chat, shall we?
Oh boy,
Start plowing through these.
let's see what we got here. Let's Merry
Settle
Agenmas,
in.
man. What a night. What a day.
What a day.
What a
man.
life.
I needed this.
Ulysses Ventura, Popeye Jones defense effect.
Oh, that's right. We got a new defensive coordinator, Popeye Jones.
Unbelievable.
They got him under.
They got them under, baby. We
James
didn't even mention
Davis.
them under.
It's a Festivus miracle. I have no grievances to air. Cheers to the whole DNVR crew.
Hell yeah, cheers to you.
Cheers,
I've got quite a few. Cedric Exquisite. That's classic Nugs dub. LFG. Happy holidays. And no.
L.
Oh no.
Hey, he's kind of on fire. Is Cedric on fire right now?
I mean,
He's
like,
kind of on fire.
I mean, I'm sorry, Cedric. I hope literally on fire. Girl, we don't want Jamal fighting. Katie Russ was clutch with the steal. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again, man.
Cedric's on fire. You're right.
We can bury the Suns on Christmas. Their season might actually end on Christmas.
Or ours can end if it goes whatever. Yosemite Ham. Whatever the elf jerseys did to Pickett, I like it. I don't think he wore. Did he wear them?
I don't think he was there for it,
No,
but the
he
super
wasn't
chat is
there.
good nonetheless, so I'll allow it.
Nivin, 11-6 against the spread shocked me. Are you guys? I mean, what's
Well,
the
you can
difference?
go,
You interrupt me for that? I can just read the other one now. Go back up. Nash Sweden. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm on camera. You can't. Do you guys want me to see? Anyone want to see me murder Kale on Christmas? Because I'll do it. Russ closer to being an all-star again than Jamal. All right, get out of here with that.
Well, you were
it's-
right to skip,
I know.
actually, is what it was.
It's just Jordan 420, 69. He's in the spirit.
There you go.
Jokic just killed so many parlays with 2 boards tonight. I know.
Yeah, that is that. Why is he not boarding, man?
Two was wild. It didn't even look right. They're like bouncing the opposite way, and he was out there the entire time. He's down
It
there.
was so weird, dude.
It was crazy.
It was weird. Cole Bressler. Happy Monday days, fellas. Also, KD low-key looks like he tells people's fortunes at a carnival. Fix your beard, playa. No disrespect. I love you, KD. By the
Wow.
way, that was disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect. No
The
disrespect.
ultimate. He
disrespect.
doubled down on his disrespect
No
and said,
disrespect.
I'm just kidding.
No disrespect.
No, you're not.
Connor Fagan. Jokic has hit 2 corner threes in the last 2 games. This team's best skill is passing off ball. Steph Curry. Jokic will lead us all
I
to
love
paradise.
This. Yoke's slowly evolving into an off-ball shooter that runs off of screens. I like it.
And Michael Porter Jr. is going to be our top facilitator. Who are we?
Yo,
dude?
by the way, 9 games now with 4 assists or more. He had 7 all of last season. He's already had 9 this year.
Insane.
Michael Passer Jr. for real.
Cole Bressler back. Am I crazy for thinking Pickett needs to play? We need the depth, and he looks playable. No, you're not crazy at all.
That was his best game of his career, so for sure. Ever.
Yosemite Ham, end game Zeke salary is greater than everyone on court combined. That's true.
Man, people really do find they're like, I'm going to spend my money to say the bad thing.
Sure.
Whatever.
They won by 27.
It's a Agendas for everybody.
It is Agendas. You know
for
what?
everybody.
Come on, Zeke. Although I will say, all the Nuggets today in the positive, every single one that played, all of them, and one Suns player in the positive, Monte Morris.
Oh,
Basically ours.
All the Nuggets are still good. Big Honey. No Eric, no Dev, no Kale, no DNVR chat. Yes, Adam. Pickett is good. Doomers kept telling me yesterday that we were going to lose this game.
I love this one, too, because that one's not Cedric's.
Well, I know that's taken on a life of its own. I mean, Cedric Cooking is really just the downfall of this podcast. Bubbles, buzzer beater, reminder that Jordan McRae was not a culture fit. That's true.
Well, that's what some people are saying. If it's Agenda Corner, it's got to bring up the Jordan McRae.
Michael Porter Truther. MPJ is light-skinned Laurie without Jamal. Isn't Laurie light-skinned Laurie? All-star level. Hunter Tyson might be our best defender. Jalen Pickett is actually good at basketball. Adam wins.
I love that this is
Adam,
all
how did you get that? How did you get that super chat in while we were?
Well,
what happened there?
Just put it in, man. Just a little paid myself.
Michael Porter Truther again. MPJ is the most mentally tough player in the NBA.
I mean,
man, marry Agendas.
In some ways.
Who was that?
Nick Sawyer, Mary Pickmas, and a Fire Mara's prediction for all. Is Pick more small yoke, slow Russ, or modern professor? It's hard to figure out.
Small yoke, baby. Slow Russ.
Or just the second coming of Andre, whatever. Connor Fagan.
Steph Curry without a jump shot.
River Basin's fucking rule.
Dude, let's go!
Shout out to the Pooter River in the Prebnescott in Maine, dude.
Hey, man.
I'll tell you, the Pooter River permeated my entire childhood, and if you weren't from Fort Collins, you thought it was spelled like Pooter.
No, you know, everybody knows the Pooter.
They know cache la poudre,
Yeah.
which means hide the powder, whatever. It haunted me my entire life. But shout out. Nico Perez was at the game, and Westbrook's energy was palpable. He looks like he's really enjoying his game. Happy for him. What a player.
What a player.
555-ish. Oh, he gets to chime in with some good news.
Go.
Agenda Corner.
Dude, everybody.
Mary Agendas.
Let's go. Good job, Kim.
Zeke minutes. 81-22 minutes down.
We're getting there, man.
And we are not getting there. Only 473-38 till 555. Haters ball. ATA Garrison Matthews sinks Wolves. Tristans De Silva leads the Magic past Tatumless Boston, and LeBron bricks the game-tying 3 to the Pistons.
Man,
Mary Agenda miss.
This is incredible.
Holy
tonight.
smokes, dude!
I
Wow.
don't know if Zeke might ever get there. Like, ever.
You know what, man? We don't know.
Brian Lee, garbage time nickname, Connect 4, 21, 22, 23, 24. Love you guys. LFG, Suns or buns? We're so bad.
Dude, Suns are buns, man.
Dude,
I love when people notice those weird things like the numbers.
Yes, I do too.
I never noticed
It just
that.
means you're paying attention, man.
Oh, yeah, the details.
Shut up and take my money. Oh, God. Maul versus Pickett game to 21. Who wins, guys? All the Nuggets are good.
Don't do that.
Bubbles buzzer beaters back. I'm just glad that Altitude Sports legend Adam Mares found time in his busy schedule for DNVR tonight to talk some Pickett Palooza with the fellas.
Yeah, well.
We all appreciate it as well.
Give some shine to the little guy over here.
Are the Nuggets joyless and don't believe in themselves as a contender, or are they just pacing themselves? I still think it's the latter.
All right.
Felt like it tonight.
82 games is for you to figure it out. I just think the Nuggets are trying to figure it out.
Porter friend. Merry Pickmas.
Merry Pickmas.
Drunk Philosophy. Merry Christmas, boys. I hope you enjoy a loving time with your friends and family. drink the devil away and be the best that others see in you. Well,
I actually like that one. I like it a lot.
I actually
man.
have to drink now. I wasn't going to drink, but now I have to drink because I don't want the devil to come around.
Well, you got to consider the source. That came from Drunk Philosophy. I think that was literally Drunk Philosophy he was giving us. Jocelyn Alirez. What a win. I think we're back. All the Nuggets are good. Hey, Adam. Jalen Pickett?
Jalen Pickett.
Dude.
Jalen Pickett.
RP43. At some point, going to need a Mara's breakdown of Yoke's improved 3-ball. Looks like less arc and more legs, arms are being used. We were talking about this 2 nights.
I have the inside scoop on this, so I'll have to.
Holy
we'll see.
smokes.
Yep.
Eno. Sue me for believing in our guys, but keep the core together and the rest will figure itself out. We got enough to get it done. True Nugget fans now. I will not sue you for that. I'm actually kind of with you now. I might sue him. He gave me permission. Ulysses Ventura. Still early, but the West standings are crazy. Nuggets will crack the top 3. I've foreseen it. The Sun packs on Christmas are going to hit like crazy. R.I.P. Bozos.
Bozos.
And random getting called
rounding
Bozos.
it out with Big Honey. No agendas here. Just Munder.
Just Munder,
which is
baby.
in itself an agenda. Merry agendas to all.
It is true, man. He was right. The Hawks beat the Timberwolves. The Magic beat the Celtics. The Lakers take an L. I didn't even look around, man, at that stuff. The Grizzlies, who were ahead of the Nuggets, take an L. Whew. It really was a good night for...
No
Really
L,
good night.
man.
The Warriors
Holy
took an L. This was a good night for all the agendas. Fellas, it was fun.
Apparently Wadislav it needs his super chat read. Do we see it here? What?
Did we miss one?
Apparently we missed one. Let me see if I can find it.
I will say, while Kel is looking for these, Christmas is a great holiday for everybody that celebrates it because it is a family one. So, ride this vibe all the way into Christmas Eve and Christmas. Be good to your family. Tell them you love them. You never know when it'll be the last time.
Damn. It was like uplifting and dark.
Let's try. That's how I am, man. Uplifting yet dark. Do we find it, Kel?
All right, Wadislav, just type it again and I'll read it. How about that?
never done
I'll
this
tell you,
before.
listen, this is a difficult time of year for a lot of people. It is. I harp on this a lot. It's kind of a joke. It's kind of not. It's hard, man. Like sometimes relationships get strained around this time of year. It is important to come together, to have a festival of lights, to remember what it is about humanity that you enjoy, about your friends, about your family, about the Denver Nuggets, about Jalen Pickett, about my guy, the Monroe Menace. But really, at the end of the day, none of this matters if it's not for all the things that we're all doing together. It's so special. I appreciate you all so very much. And a Merry Agenmas to you. Did you send it back, Wadislav? You didn't. All right. Well,
All
whatever. Let's go.
All right, everybody. Have yourselves a merry little Christmas.
I shall.
And we will see you Christmas night. The bar is open. If you want to come join us, the bar will be open for the game. But either way, we're going to be bringing you a pre- and post-game show. Yeah?
The game is at 8:30, so you've already hung out with you. This is the time of Christmas Day when families generally go see a movie because they're tired of hanging out with each other. Come to the bar.
And bring milk and cookies.
Vladislav was just saying all the Nuggets are good.
Oh,
Well, we just
no
got
Eric.
one.
Oh, and everybody skips Eric. No Eric, no Dev, no Adam. Good show, Jalen.
All right, everybody, hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you in 2 days.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.